right now? Yes. So we are going to start today's live session about employer-sponsored visa, mainly 482, 186. We will also talk about 407, and we will discuss about the state nomination allocations and what are the criteria for various states.
So Western Australia, ACT and Victoria, the criteria is already out. So we will be
Criteria for Victoria is not yet out. For
okay.
ACT and Western Australia, the criteria is out.
So we
For
will be
Victoria,
discussing.
we got the seats already, and we will be discussing everything.
Okay, so everyone, if you have any questions regarding 482, 186 and 407, so we are covering all the questions, like if you have, and if you have other questions related to other visas, so we definitely will try to answer you. But yes, but the main focus for today's live session is state nomination 482, 186 and 407.
Yes, that's what we are going to discuss.
Yes.
And I think let's discuss, start with state nomination.
Yes, Neet.
So that is something that everybody has been waiting, and everybody knows that states got better quota this time, except Queensland. Every other state, they got better quota.
Yep.
So if we are talking right now about Victoria, Victoria got 5,000 seats. And I would like to emphasize on 491 seats in Victoria. Last financial year, there were only 600 seats, Navneet, and this time they have 2,000 seats for 491.
Very interesting.
So
that's really a good news.
Exactly.
Yes.
So people, those who were considering relocation from Victoria, I guess they have to again reconsider their decision of relocation.
Yes.
So they might like to just stay there in Victoria, considering the quota for 491 is 2,000 compared to 600 from the last financial year. Coming to Western Australia, Western Australia got for 190, 491, they got 5,000 seats. Again, significant increase in the quota for 190, 491. And if we look at, I'm just comparing it with the last financial year, right?
Year, yes.
Not otherwise. And if you look at Dharma in Western Australia, they got 5,000 seats. So that's a very good allocation for Western Australia.
Actually, yes.
And today, Western Australia, they have also announced the criteria for their 190 and 491.
So what it is actually?
Okay, yeah, let's discuss that. So 190 for Western Australia, they have three different categories basically in Western Australia. They have Schedule 1, they have Schedule 2, and they have graduate stream.
Okay.
So let's talk about Schedule 1. For Schedule 1, definitely these are the applications. They will be prioritized in no time under Schedule 1.
Okay.
Because they have the criteria. They must be working in their nominated occupation. They must have 1 year of experience. The experience can be from overseas, can be from here.
Okay.
So that's Schedule 1. Schedule 2 means the applicant can be anywhere, but they are going to prioritize people, those who are residing in Western
Australia. Yes.
And when we talk about Schedule 2, for 190, they need job contract in their nominated occupation. But for 491, they don't need any job contract. They just need points. But again, they have their criteria is something that you really need to understand. They have critical skill occupation list, where they have 33 occupation. They are all construction related occupation, and there is no priority among these occupation in critical list. So what does it mean? So imagine if somebody is a carpenter, and someone got skills assessment in civil engineering draft person, right? So I'm just saying that just because it's very popular and people have done this. I have seen many people, they have this. So there is no priority that carpenter will be prioritized. So it's like the same priority for all Western Australian critical occupation list. Occupation. So if your occupation is in the critical list, then in that case, even for 190, you don't need any job contract. For 491, you definitely don't need any job contract.
For the construction.
For construction occupation. And that's Western Australia 491, 190. And they have graduate stream. If you have actually studied in Western Australia, then you fall under graduate stream. So I would say if you guys are considering, any of you, those who are in Queensland specifically, because Queensland got only 1,200 seats this financial year. Last financial year was also bad, though we got many motor mechanic and transport company managers last financial year. But otherwise, for other occupation, it was bad. So let's see how we go this time in Queensland. But if you are considering relocation to Western Australia, you will fall under people living in Western Australia category, which will be prioritized for interstate and overseas.
Okay, that's really good actually. So, Neet, we have a question from Bijal Patel.
Yes.
75 points as chemist. What are the chances for 189? And he's living in Queensland actually.
Okay, if we look at last round for 189, the points were very high for these occupations,
Okay,
right? Whereas if you look at if we are not just looking at the last financial year round, why I'm saying financial year, I want to say basically the last invitation round for 189.
Yep.
But before that, chemists were invited at 75.
Okay.
So it all depends, like in the next invitation round, it's going to happen somewhere, what I'm expecting in the next 6 months from June. So maybe before December, it will happen anytime. And in that, they may cut off on these points. There will be like, definitely the lower cutoff will be there.
So yes, Bijal, you can still you can increase your points by taking maybe PT or yes.
Or if you have a spouse, then spouse points.
You can just work
Because
on your
right now
points.
the points are
Yes.
higher, but yes, in future it may go down.
And the next question from Mohammed.
Yeah.
What are the requirements for applying the nomination of 186 direct entry for the employer?
Okay, for the employer, basically they want to see the business is financially viable and business is in genuine need of this position. So genuineness of position is something that's required for 186 direct entry as well. They have to prove the financials of the business by, we need to check profit and loss statement of the business, their recent BAS, how many employees are there in the company, their payroll and everything. So there are multiple factors that are related when it comes to 186 sponsorship requirement in particular, right? So this is like not something very straightforward answer. For every industry, the requirements, they change. So I would say consult with a registered migration agent or somebody who is having like definitely a registered migration agent with good knowledge.
Yes,
or you
actually.
can consult Visa Empire. Definitely.
Yes.
We are here to help.
Yes, Mohammed, if you need any help, then you can contact us. We will help you out. The next question is sales and marketing manager chances offshore for 190 and 491.
Offshore, this time Western Australia and ACT, they have again very flexible criteria for offshore. So far, we got just the criteria out for Western Australia and ACT. So you can apply for these states. And since we know that ACT last financial year also, they, even though seats were very limited, they have invited people from offshore, and Western Australia the same. So I would say consider these states if you are looking for sales and marketing manager. Consider every state. In fact, like Victoria, they invited so many offshore people.
Yes, offshore.
Last financial year.
Actually. So, next question from Sandhu. He's asking chef chances in Western Australia, 80 points, including state.
Western Australia, I believe that chefs will be invited this financial year, considering they have good number of seats.
That's
even
good.
though construction is prioritized, but you guys need to remember, people have lost EOIs for construction occupation. I always urge people to withdraw their EOIs for carpenters, bricklayer. You already got invitation for your 189 on 13th of June, but you have lodged, or your agents have lodged EOIs for 190 in Western Australia. I request everybody, please give everybody a fair chance and withdraw your EOIs from these states if you already got invitation from 189, so that these occupation, if they are not they got invitation for 189, at least those seats can be given to chefs and other occupation where competition is very
high actually. Yes.
So that's a
You're
request to everybody. Again, if you are listening to this live session, if you're a carpenter, bricklayer, got your invitation for 189, please withdraw your EOIs for all
so that
other
someone
states.
can get this opportunity.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So next question, Neet, from Dorji. How about 65 points carpenter in graduate stream? I'm not sure about the state actually.
I think he's asking about Western Australia graduate stream at how many points?
65 points.
60
carpenter.
points carpenter. You will definitely get invited. Yep.
Okay. Muhammad is asking again 75 points for 190. Civil engineer living in Western Australia. What are the chances?
Chances are good. Again, civil engineer, if you have looked at the critical skill occupation list, it is there in that list. Though the competition is high, I would like to ask you this, you need to improve on your points, but still civil engineers will get invitations there. As I mentioned, in Western Australia, among the priority among that list of occupation, for the priority list, critical occupation list, there is no priority. So imagine if you are a civil engineer, there is a carpenter, both will get the fair chance.
Okay, that's good actually. So next question, please please answer 65 points in draft person. Any chances in Western Australia on 65 points?
Last financial year, definitely we got invited. 65 points, civil engineering draft person.
Yes.
This round, I'm hoping this round would be in the first week of August.
Okay, yeah.
The first invitation round, that would give us more clarity. Meanwhile, again, it is again a request to everybody, those who are waiting for their invitations from Western Australia, from other states, try to work on your points, improve your points, because right now, every state, they are considering people with higher points. So if there is a possibility, try to improve on your points.
If you have high points, you will have better chances to get your invite.
And in Western Australia, they clearly mention higher point EOIs will be prioritized over others.
Yes. Exactly. Next question from Anmol. Ma'am, 70 points painting 190 Victoria. What are the chances?
70 points
in painting.
In Victoria. Victoria, looking at the allocation, looks like they will invite, Victoria will invite trade occupation. Again, let the criteria be out for Victoria. For Victoria, we only got the seats. That 2,491 and 193,000 seats, but we haven't got the criteria out. So last time in their criteria, they clearly mentioned, okay, what are the occupation they are going to prioritize. They are going to prioritize people with partner, skill partner. So this time, let's wait for their criteria, then we will comment on that.
Okay, thank you so much, Bijil. Yes, he's just commenting. Thank you so much for the information. Next question from Harman. Actually, I'm getting so many queries. I'm so sorry if I'm.
I think on Facebook also we have many questions.
Ma'am, what about graduate diploma 5 points? Okay, basically the question is like if we can get 5 points if we have graduate diploma.
Yes, talk again to a registered migration agent. There is a way how you can claim graduate diploma points, 5 points. Yes.
Okay. Patel, he's asking 75 points, 189, civil construction draft person, Queensland, no job. How can I get PR without a job in Australia?
So 75 points civil engineering draft person, 189 is something that you can look into. Western Australia is the state, 19491 for Western Australia. This is something you can look into. Western Australia, their criteria is not very difficult. It is like very, very simple criteria. Even if you start residing today in Western Australia, there is a chance you can get invitation.
Yes. What are the chances for? What is the chance for an EN 190 visa in Victoria with 65 points?
Last financial year was not good for ENs and RNs, even for Victoria. Before that, Victoria has invited many people, many ENs, RNs at 60 plus 5, 65 points for 190. As I said earlier as well, wait for the criteria for this financial year before we comment anything about ENs. If they are going to prioritize health sector occupation, again, definitely you will get invitation.
Okay, so the next question is 189 for a New Zealand registered nurse.
189 for New Zealand registered nurse. Basically,
with 75
it is for
points.
189, like from wherever you are. You can be from offshore, from New Zealand, from India, from anywhere. 189, yes, you will get invitation. Only thing in last invitation round for 189, which happened on 13th of June, they haven't invited registered nurses at 65 points or lesser point. They invited only at 85 points. Considering that, you need to improve on your points, but you never know. Sometime they invite at higher points. In the next financial year, next invitation round, they may reduce the points.
Okay. Mandeep is asking, chef living in Victoria can apply 190 Western Australia with 80 points with 2 years of experience as per today. Like he has 2 years of experience.
Yes, you can apply. Only thing, if you are interstate candidate, right? you will be considered exactly like how overseas candidates will be prioritized, right? If you are living in Western Australia, imagine if you have moved to Western Australia, your application will be prioritized over all others, like interstate and overseas. So this is where, there is a distinction. So if you really want fair chance from Western Australia, then you need to prove the residency in Western Australia.
Neeta, I have one query on Facebook, I guess. Victoria 190, software tester at 80 points.
Yeah.
Completed masters in cybersecurity specialization, family of 2 adult and 1 child, doing training at the moment.
So what exactly is your question, Harish? If you can specify,
Yes,
like, what is your
please.
question? We understand your profile, but what's your question?
So next question is from Jatin. I have full-time chef experience during my study period,
Yeah.
COVID time actually. 186 visa. I'm not sure about your question. Is not clear, Jatin. Maybe he's asking for 186 visa.
Yes. So for 186 visa, guys, you need to remember what's the eligibility criteria for 186. 3 years of full-time experience post qualification. So this is one thing. So it needs to be post qualification, 3 years full-time or equivalent part-time. Okay. Second thing, you need to have a positive skills assessment. Third, you need to have 6 each. So these are 3 main criteria. Then age is like less than 45. So if you are meeting these criteria and you have an Australian employer ready to sponsor you, definitely.
Basically, I think he's asking that he has experience in COVID time while he was on student visa.
Yes,
Will
he
it
can
count?
claim. He can claim.
Okay.
But just during those dates, and he needs to again, his migration agent would be able to advise
Help
him
him.
how
Yep,
to claim that experience, right?
Next question, Kirandeep, telecommunication network planner, 491, 95 points, and 85 points for 190 Queensland.
Queensland is tough this financial year. It is tough, but like still there are hopes because 600 plus 600, 1200 seats are still there, right? Only those lucky one would get invited. For 491, I can still think like, but again, guys, just don't rely only on invitations. You need to have a backup. You can't just say, okay, I have 95 points, I'll definitely get invitation this financial year. You need to have a backup if your visa is expiring. If you have sufficient time, if you have visa until 2027, 2028, that's a different story. But if your visa is expiring, in that case, you need to have a backup, either employer sponsored visa, student visa from 485. Again, it's not an option now.
Yes, sir.
But yes, from 408, student visa is an option. Other backups are there. Come and talk to us. We will discuss these.
Yes, guys, you can always book an appointment or call us and we will help you. Next question. 85 points in 491 civil engineer in Western Australia. Master's 2 year in project management from Western Australia. What are the chances?
Okay, so undergraduate stream, because you fall undergraduate stream, chances are very good, very good. And looking at your occupation, chances are very good.
Okay, I think
we have some questions from Facebook as well. Do I need to continue my job after 491 nomination? Now you need to understand, Akashbir, for 491, if your state has nominated you, if the criteria for the state was you need to have 1 year full-time job contract, and if you are just breaching that, in that case, either inform the state and then don't continue with the job, or there should be some kind of arrangement, like with the employer. It should not happen that your employer is going and complaining that, okay, he took the job contract, got the nomination, because for 491, until the 491 grant, if the state is withdrawing the nomination, it's going to impact your visa application. So make sure they are not withdrawing the nomination. This is what my suggestion is.
Okay. Someone is asking what Victoria checked in EUI. What's their criteria? Because lots of ID people waiting at 85, 95 points on no invitation.
Last financial year, what Victoria checked, they have looked at people, those who are working in their nominated occupation. They have also looked at profiles where a skilled partner is there with competent English and a positive skills assessment, right? So these were two of the criteria, what Victoria has considered last financial year. And looking at the migration strategy policy, we think that every state is going to prefer people with skilled partners, Reason being, from one application, they are getting two skilled people, right?
Yep.
And another thing, anyone who is working in a nominated occupation, that is something they are going to prefer.
Okay, yep. Next question. What about 70 points of own in chef, currently living in Queensland? Any chances for Western Australia?
Western Australia, if you meet the criteria for Western Australia, chances in Western Australia are going to be definitely better than Queensland.
Okay.
Okay,
Yes.
but we can't say like, okay, definitely in Western Australia you will get invitation. But if you're comparing Western Australia with Queensland, Western Australia is better.
Yes, Rinku, you can talk to your migration agent, or you can always ask us to help. Anmol is asking painting 75 points, including state, Victoria, for chances. Like he's asking for what are the chances?
So Rinku, first of all, for 189, I think you need to work on 189 profile, and you got points for 189. You may get invitation from 189, like not just for 190.
Okay.
So just consider that and improve on points. You never know, next invitation round for 189, they may give invitation again out to construction occupation, but at higher points.
When is Tasmania opening for nomination?
Tasmania has invited yesterday somebody. Yeah, yesterday Tasmania started invitation.
Yeah,
yesterday they invited somebody for RN. Some RN they invited yesterday.
Electronic equipment trades worker, 70 points, 189. What are the chances? Someone is asking. Omar.
Which state?
Victoria.
I already answered this question that Victoria, we need to wait for the criteria, guys.
Varun is asking 186 processing time. Apply through aged care nomination approved already.
Okay. Well, 186 processing time for health occupation, it's pretty quick. You should be getting, I think, within 2 to 3 months.
Gurjinder is asking whether painter is in Western Australia critical list.
Yes.
Okay.
Painting trades worker, they are in the critical list.
Yes, Gurjinder. Kaur is asking community worker field. What are the chances for invite on 80 points in 190?
In which state?
She does not mention actually. So, Kaur, if you can mention the state, for which state you are asking for. The next question is, can we get diploma of early childhood on 408? Visa is expiring in September.
So 408, if you want to start right now, graduate diploma in early childhood teaching, it is 1 year diploma, right? 1 year graduate diploma. And 45 days of placements are also there.
Yes.
So there is no way until September you can get it. Yes, on 408 visa, you can apply, and there are colleges we know and universities, those who can give you offer letter. You need to share your profile with us. Yes, offer letter is possible, and from 408 you can go back to student visa. There is no restriction.
Yes, Sakshi, you can contact us if you want to know about the fee and everything. She's asking about that actually.
Okay, she's asking about that
the fees.
Yes.
Next question is electrical engineer, 95 points, Western Australia. Wife pharmacist, also on 95 points, offshore.
This time I think there are chances you will get invitation.
Okay.
Yes. And also, guys, we have all often been asked like how to contact us. Our numbers are there on Facebook, TikTok. If you go into bio, you can see our numbers. You can also book your consultation. If you go to TikTok, there is a link in the bio. Like if you just click on that, you can book a consultation with us. Either you can come and see us here in Brisbane or in Melbourne offices.
Yes.
Also, we have clients from all over Australia and all over the world. So we can assist you online from anywhere. So it doesn't matter. If you have very urgent query, you can always send an email to admin@visaempire.com.au. I would say all of our queries, we solve those queries within 24 business hours. You will get a response from us.
Yes, actually. I'm so sorry we are getting so many questions, Neet, and I think on Facebook as well.
Yes.
I have my own 70 points for 189. Do I have any chances to get 189 before granted 491?
Okay, if you have already lodged 491, this financial year, yes, in 189 you cannot predict basically that whether they will be inviting motor mechanics or not. I would say better start considering 190. Even 190 is better than 491. So if for 190, if you get invitation before 491 granted, you can always withdraw 491 and lodge 190.
So Neat, next question is early childhood, 65 points for 491 in Victoria. What are the chances?
For 491?
491, yes.
65 points. Working in the nominated occupation. If working in the nominated occupation, chances are good. I guess this time they will invite ECT, they will invite nurses as well.
Okay. Civil design, 75 points, 190 Western Australia.
Yep. We'll get invitation. We'll get invitation.
Sim is asking, is chef in Western Australia in critical list?
No, no, not in critical list. Unfortunately, they should be, because hospitality industry right now, if you look into hospitality industry shortage, labor shortage, they are in critical shortage of chefs, cafe restaurant
I think there are so
manager.
many clients they're confused about the critical list. So if you can just tell a little bit about it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Western Australia critical list, they have 33 occupation, and all the occupation like civil engineer, carpenter, bricklayer, painting trades worker, civil engineering draft person. These are the occupation.
And bricklayer, tilers, floor tilers,
yes. Cabinet maker. These are the occupation. If you what I can do is we can just pin this list on our Facebook page.
Yes.
After this live session, we will pin that list on the Facebook page. You can check and see if your occupation is in the critical list.
Okay. Next question from Hemraj. 70 points as a chemist.
Yeah.
Without work experience, which state is good for chemists?
For a chemist, earlier it was Victoria, health occupation, all Victoria. And this financial year, I'm waiting for the criteria. I would say just wait for the criteria to be out. If they are prioritizing health, again, chemist, Victoria.
Okay. Shazi is asking, I have experience as a supervisor in a logistic company. As a supervisor for 3+ years.
Yes.
Sponsorship available. Okay, he's asking actually if you have sponsorship available.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whenever some clients of ours, like corporate clients, they ask us, okay, they are looking for these particular occupation, we generally post on our Facebook page. So you can always check our Facebook page if there is anybody who is looking for that particular occupation and whether they are offering any visa sponsorship, and you can contact them accordingly.
Yes. Gurleen is asking, I'm resident here. I want to apply tourist visa for my husband. I did apply and it was refused. Basically, visitor visa.
Yes, visitor visa for a partner. Earlier, yes, before 1st of July, the refusal rate for visitor visa was very high, just because after visitor they were converting into student, and genuine visitors they were refused. But after 1st of July, we have seen there is an improvement, and you can talk to us. We will discuss about this.
Yes, sure. Neat, next question on Facebook. Can we do job ready program on RPL certificate? Like someone has RPL certificate, then can they use that RPL certificate in job ready program? Let's say they're chef, so certificate 4 in commercial cookery, but that's
I understand.
They did not study
I
actually.
understand. Yeah. We need to check their complete
actually,
profile.
I think we cannot.
We are not.
We
are not
can't.
supposed
Yes,
to do
yes,
that.
yes. Because we had
But
one
there are
client.
different ways like how to do it. The skills assessment. It's not only job ready program is the method to get the skills assessment. They can go to OSAP.
If you have experience.
So if you have experience,
yes,
it's better you come and talk to us about your profile, and then we can advise
we will definitely
you rather
help
than
you.
saying
Yes.
no. There is a way. Yeah.
Okay. Navroop is asking, any chances for 190, 80 points for early childhood teachers in Victoria?
190 early childhood.
80 points.
80 points. It's a good profile. 80 points is a very good profile. It is just, as I said multiple times in today's live session, we are waiting for Victoria's criteria. Let Victoria announces the criteria for this financial year. Then we will be more clear like what occupation they are going to prioritize this time, and do they have any kind of list, generally they have a list. Okay, these are the occupations they are going to prioritize, right?
Okay, Neet, next question.
Yes.
What are the chances of community worker invites in Western Australia at 70 points?
Earlier they were invited. I'm not taking the reference of last financial year, but like before that, they were invited in Western Australia. So considering again the quota is improved, let's see if you get invitation.
Okay. Uh, Automotive study with 7 months JRP. Please suggest pathway to PR. Do you have employer for 482?
Motor
Motor
mechanics.
mechanics.
You can contact us for motor mechanic. We recently posted there were some employers in Toowoomba and Collinsville. They were looking for some employees, motor mechanic, and for immediate start. And they were also considering visa sponsorship for anyone who knows the work of motor mechanic. Like you really need to know the practical. You need to have those practical skills, because we have employed those who are looking for skilled people, not like, okay, you don't have any skills and then you are seeking visa sponsorship.
They have genuine positions actually.
Exactly.
Yes.
Genuine positions are available in Toowoomba and Collinsville. Yep, you can contact
Okay.
us.
Yes, Shazi, you can contact us so we can help you. Sista, she's asking 190 for RN aged care,
Yes.
75 points. Are there any chances? I'm not sure about the state actually.
I know RNs, they all have been suffering in the last financial year. They haven't got invitation from state. They haven't got invitations from 189. Last time when RNs got invitation from 189 65 point, that was only in December, 18th of December 2023. After that, no RNs are invited. This time in June, only RNs got invitation, those who had 85 points.
85
And I
points.
understand, I know you were being pushed to study that nursing, that you will definitely get invitation at 65 points. But now, Australia migration, like Australian migration, you cannot predict it. Okay. So you cannot say now, right now, I know many of the migration agents, even they are suggesting people, pushing people, okay, start studying carpentry, you will definitely get invitation. But guys, you need to understand, 1 year, okay, you are studying even on a fast track basis, 1 year of study, 1 year of job ready program. By the time 2 years are completed, you never know. So what is my suggestion? Whatever you are doing, do it religiously, have experience in that particular occupation. Either you will go for employer sponsored stream or skilled visa, you will definitely have a permanent residency pathway. But if you keep listening to so many people, and if you keep gathering that negative information all the time, and keep enforcing your brain into all these things, in that case, definitely negativity attracts more negativity. So if you are very negative about your current studies, your current occupation, imagine like right now you are a chef, because chefs are being right now demotivated by
Yes, actually.
everybody. But I would say, if you are working as a chef, you have really good employer ready to sponsor you. Chefs, they do have a PR pathway, very good PR
Very
pathway.
good. Yeah.
And even states, anytime industry stakeholders, they start pushing the government that, okay, they need chef, hospitality stakeholders, right? In that case, government will start inviting the chefs as well. So you cannot say, okay, for anything that's going to happen after 2 years, you cannot right now take any decision on that basis. Just use your brain wisely. This is my suggestion.
Okay, neat. Next question from Manvinder. 186 direct entry chef. Experience was not post qualification, but still the visa is granted. 2 year overseas and one year here in Australia.
Yes, overseas experience is definitely counted for 186. Who said it's not counted? It is counted.
Okay.
Yeah.
So next question is ECT applied EY 190 and 189 on 70 points, working in the field as well. Any chances in New South Wales?
New South Wales, again, New South Wales, we are not sure about the criteria at this stage for this financial year. So wait for that. New South Wales is really quiet and very silent about their criteria and their seats allocation also about next financial year.
Guys, we are really sorry if in case we missed any of your question. Please, you can contact us. We will try to answer you because I'm getting so many comments. Yes. Okay. Next question is 80 point social worker in NSW. Good or move? I should move to other state.
In NSW,
80 points social worker.
Social workers. For even 189, she should wait for the invitation if she is having enough, visa. Visa validity is enough. Then in that case, for 189 also there will be
They
a
should
round
wait.
for social workers.
Okay.
Social workers are in demand. You will get invitation.
Okay. Next question. 70 and 75 points for electrician with 6 years in Australia, experience in NSW. Any chance for Western Australia?
Uh, I would say on
Electrician.
13th of June, electrician got invitation for 189 at 65 points. Check Home Affairs website. So at 65 points, other than carpenters or construction occupation, if somebody got invitation, they were electricians. So
Okay.
I think better consider your 189.
Neat. Next question from Viral.
Mhm.
What's waiting time for getting bridging B if in case I'm in federal, like he's in
Okay,
federal?
for bridging visa B, if you have submitted your travel itineraries and
Yes.
the tickets, in that case, it should be within a week. You should get the bridging visa B.
Next question from Virinder. 75 points in automotive with no relevant job now, but getting job in Perth. So should I? Maybe he's asking for
Sorry, can you repeat the question, please?
75 points in automotive,
Mhm.
Victoria Metro,
Mhm.
with no relevant job, but
Mhm.
getting job in Perth. So should
I think yes, you should
move?
consider relocation. You are getting job in your nominated occupation, good for permanent residency.
Okay. So, next question. Any chances for PR for diploma of nursing in Victoria? Again, Victoria.
Victoria, again, I said multiple times, please, guys, wait for Victoria's criteria to be out for 19491. If they are going to again prioritize health occupation, then RNs and ENs can wait there.
Okay. Next question. I'm looking for civil draft person sponsorship. If you have any, like he's asking
No,
actually.
we don't have any sponsorship for civil engineering draft person.
Hmm.
So contact construction companies, they have this role.
Okay. So, Nelson, your question is related to actually Southern Cross University started releasing offer letters for Masters of Nursing or not. So it's related to
Contact our
education. You
admissions
can,
team
yes.
and we can help you with that.
Uh, HR 41, he's asking, hi ma'am, I have applied 820 visa,
Yes.
almost 22 months.
Yes.
I haven't received anything, even not TR.
Even not provisional visa.
Okay, so
from
820.
how many months?
22 months.
That's something like really weird. Like
Hmm.
22 months is maybe it's a schedule
Almost 2
3
years.
or there is definitely something that is hindering your processing time. You need to talk to your registered migration agent about it.
Yeah. Yes. So next question is motor mechanic have to stay in nominated occupation after 1 year of completion contract? Your question is not clear actually. If you can ask us again, please. Next question is from what are the chances of veterinary nurse? Do we need skill assessment for 482? The next question is what is the chances for a nurse? Do we need skill assessment for 482?
Sorry, I started reading another question.
Veterinary nurse, actually.
Veterinary nurse. Yes.
So, do we need skill assessment for 482?
No, for veterinary nurse 482, you don't need skills assessment.
Okay.
Yes.
So, next question from Raman. 90 points as a chef, but in Brisbane.
Yep.
Any chances for invite from Queensland or any other state if you recommend?
If Queensland will invite chefs, last time, if you remember, Queensland said they are not going to consider the points. That's the problem with Queensland, right? They're not clear. Other states, some of the states, they are clear about their criteria. Last time we inquired from Migration Queensland, they said we are not considering points, we are considering multiple other factors. And what are those multiple other factors? When we inquired about that, what was those? Like, okay, imagine if you are considering 491 in Queensland, and your occupation, your nominated occupation where you're working, your employer, he is in Forest Lake. Forest Lake is regional. Waterford is regional. Queensland is saying like anybody who is in regional postcode, but not very far regional,
Okay.
they will not be prioritized. Who will be prioritized in Queensland? Imagine somebody is in Rockhampton.
Okay.
for 491, even like lesser point, they will get invitation. So they
Okay.
have very different criteria. It's not about points in Queensland. People got invitation at lower points. There were people at higher points, they haven't got invitation, and Queensland had a clarification on that we are considering multiple factor, not the points.
Okay. So, hi Sam, hi Osland, hello guys. Sam is asking, is there any sponsors for community workers?
Community workers, right now we don't have. There are many there are many applications going on for Dharma. Once they are approved, they may look for workers, and then you can apply.
Okay, next question. Any chances for PR in Western Australia? I lodged my EOI last year in May. So, yes, if you can just mention your occupation, please. Yes, occupation is not here.
Actually, we thought of discussing today
482,
186,
and
and we are
407.
just bombarded with all these questions about 190, 491. We are trying to answer all the questions, but today's webinar was more on 482, Dharma, and 186.
Yes,
So
actually.
if you have questions related to those particular visa subclasses, I would appreciate if you can shoot those questions.
Okay. Still, I'm getting so many questions, Neet. Someone is asking, I'm Italian citizen. I'm a dairy farmer.
Yes.
Working as a dairy farm, 10 years experience.
Okay, so ask your employer if they are interested in something dairy farming. There are some industry specific labor agreement. He may be eligible for that. I would say contact us. We can figure out what pathway suits you the best.
Yes, you can contact us. You can call us, or you can book an appointment online on our website.
Yes.
Yes. Neat. Next question is, after lodging 190 for motor mechanic, need to stay in nominated occupation in Queensland because she or he applied in last June.
Last June, in that case, no, need not to stay now, because you had that obligation. Even if it was there, it was only for a year. Now you can be working anywhere. You need not to just work in the nominated occupation even after a year. No.
Someone is asking, can we apply for 186 while on 482 visa if we already complete 3-year full-time experience in the middle?
Yes, yes, yes. So imagine you got 482 visa for 2 years, right? After 1 year, you think you are eligible now for 186 direct entry because your occupation is in direct entry list. In that case, after a year, after 482, a year on 482, in between, you can apply for 186.
So basically, they need 3 years of experience altogether.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
All right. Yep. Do you have any employer for Dharma visa? I'm a chef doing my skill assessment. So in the middle of skill assessment process.
Yeah, you guys can contact us, like contact our team. If there will be any, we will inform you.
Contract administrator 65 points and civil draft person 70 points. 190. What are the chances for Western Australia?
Western Australia chances are good for civil engineering draft person.
Suknoor is asking, what if your TR expire before JRP?
In that case, you need to have, earlier for JRP, to complete JRP, you need to have a visa with full work rights. But those requirements, they got changed last year itself. So in that case, you just need to have a valid visa, work visa, and you can complete your JRP. It can be a student visa. You can still complete your JRP. So you need not to worry about what visa you are on. You must be on a visa that allows you work, even limited working rights. You can still complete your JRP.
Yes. Chandu is asking, I have 4 years of experience, pastry chef, IELTS 5.5. Can I apply? So Chandu, can you please mention which visa you want to apply?
So with 4.5,
5.5 points IELTS, 4 years of experience.
4 years of experience. In that case,
Pastry
Chandu,
chef.
you pastry cook, I guess. Pastry cook is the occupation which is there in the list. You can apply for 482 visa with this band score. And after spending 2 years with your employer, you will be eligible for 186 TRT.
All right. Susan is asking, 1 year part-time experience as a veterinary nurse, and company is ready to sponsor. So can we start now?
Yes, 189. What visa? If you're looking for 482 visa, you can start the process. And for 482, from 23rd November 2024, the work experience requirement is 1 year. So before that, if the employer's SBS is completed, nomination can be lodged before that. Only thing for the visa, you just need to wait until 23rd of November. You can start other things now.
So you mean nomination and everything can be
done
lodged and
before.
done
Yep,
before
yep.
24th of November?
Yes,
That's
yes,
good,
it
actually.
can.
Yeah. So next question from Sevak. If I don't want to claim point Indian degree, is that okay, as I am a motor mechanic?
Yes, if you don't want to claim, don't just mention that Indian degree. In that case, you will not be able to claim those points.
Christy is asking, can I study diploma of nursing after completing Bachelor of Accounting?
Yes, definitely. You can study. Only thing to study with diploma of nursing, you need to have 7 each.
Yeah. Any chances for IT invitation in Western Australia? Already lodged EOI last year with 80 points.
IT competition is going to be tough. Again, if you can improve your points, that would be better. But chances are there in Western Australia, you will get invitation. And also, guys, if anytime you are doubtful about your occupation, there is a way. From Skill Select, you can check how many EOIs they have been lodged in your particular occupation.
Okay.
But that's not the correct criteria. It gives you a guideline, give you estimation, but it's not like sometimes people, those who have lodged their EOIs, they are not even eligible. People do lodge fake EOIs.
Yes.
And they get invitation, but those seats are never going to be filled. Especially, as I said, now carpenters, bricklayer. If you see Western Australia, so many EOIs would be there because they haven't withdrawn their EOIs,
yes.
and they already got invited for 189. They have lodged their 189. So that's not the correct, correct data, but still it gives you a rough estimation.
Yep.
How many EOIs are lodged for your particular occupation.
Next question from Hitain. My age is 48 and I'm on student visa, expiring in September. Will there be any chance if I move to Dharma?
Age is
48.
48. Yes, for Dharma. Which Dharma you are talking about, and what's the occupation?
He doesn't mention. No.
So you need to send us the complete profile for Dharma. The age limit is up to 55 years.
Yes, Hitain. If you have further question, you can mention. You can ask us again. Otherwise, you can contact us. We will help you in your question. Next question. Any chance for community worker? 75 points 190 and 85.491 in New South Wales.
As I said again, again and again, I have to mention, for New South Wales, for Victoria, we have to wait for the criteria. And don't just refer to the last financial year. Last financial year was bad for these states, Victoria and New South Wales, and we are very hopeful for this financial year.
HR 41. He asked again, like before, the same question, I guess, but he's now saying, I got refused from federal court before applied 820 visa. And now it's almost 22 months.
Yes, it's under Schedule 3 criteria you might have met, and that's the reason it's taking you time. Yes, that's the reason. We know the reason now.
Okay.
It's not a straightforward case in your case, like whosoever he is, like it's not straightforward.
Sukhnur is asking how many EOIs one can lodge in one per state, in a state.
Yeah, there is no limit.
Okay.
Yes, sky is the limit.
I only get 51 PTE overall. Ravi is asking. Yes. My visa is expiring on 14 August. The question is not clear, actually.
Okay.
Yes.
He's
asking what can I do?
1482, or are we just answering the state nomination question? We'll have another webinar for only state nominations. And we are waiting for the states to, announce their criteria. In the next webinar, that would be after, like every fortnightly, we are doing a webinar every Friday, every fortnightly on Friday, 4 to 5 p.m. We do these webinars, and in these webinars, we answer all your questions live. So I would say for all these state nominated related questions, you can wait for the next webinar. By then, we will have criteria from all the states.
All of the states,
and
yes.
we can give you a concrete answer rather than just these estimations.
Welfare worker with 75 points.
Yes.
Working as a case manager.
Yes.
any chances for 190 NSW or in any other state?
As I said, for NSW, the chances are good for even NSW because they have invited health sector occupation last financial year. I'm not sure like how they are claiming the points, whether they're working. Yeah, he's working in nominated occupation. He should get invitation. He or she.
Okay. Yeah. Andre is asking high pathways after studying plumbing courses. Thank you. Yeah, asking about the plumbing courses.
Plumbers are again, it's again in critical list, and they have very good chances to get invitation.
Okay. What about ECT at 65 points?
ECT, as I said, ECT earlier got 65. Many got invitation, but then they stopped it. So for ECT, my recommendation would be improve your points if you can, because you never know if they set the criteria very high again.
Okay. Any chances for civil draft person at 85 points and 100 points for 491?
Very good chances you will get invitation. And guys, we are just left with now 5 minutes more on this live webinar. And then
still we have so many questions left actually. Yes, actually. And guys, you can contact us anytime and you can book your consultation. We are trying to answer all the questions today, but time is very less. So we will help you maybe in the next live session, or you can contact us anytime. Still we are getting so many questions, Neet. Chef, okay, civil draft person, Western Australia. How long? What should be the experience? Like how long experience required for 190?
For 190, there is no experience requirement for 190 in Western Australia. Western Australia is going to prioritize EOIs with higher points. Okay, so what's their priority criteria? Let's talk about it. First priority will be given to anybody who is living in Western Australia. Second priority will be given to people, those who are overseas and interstate. So same priority to anybody who is overseas and interstate. Higher points EOI will be prioritized. Any EOI that has been earlier lodged EOIs, they will also be prioritized. So that's their criteria. So imagine you have lodged your EOI today. Okay, and you got 100 points. A person has lodged the EOIs 2 months ago, but they had lesser point. Your EOI will be prioritized because you have higher points. But at the same time, if a person is living in Western Australia, even at low points, they will be prioritized. So there is a very different criteria there in Western Australia. Highest priority is going to be given to people those who are living in Western Australia. So this is their priority. But yes, they are going to invite people, those who are interstate and those who are overseas as well. Higher point EOIs, again, that's another thing that they are going to consider for Western Australia. No experience requirement for critical occupation. All the construction and critical occupation list occupations, 33 occupations are there. No job contract is also required for Western Australia.
And we will update that critical occupation list on our Facebook.
Yes, tonight then itself you can be check. There on our page on Facebook. So you can it would be just pinned. Guys, for anything like related to these lists, we generally post it on Facebook, just because on TikTok, there is no such way that we can post PDFs. But yes, on Facebook, if you follow us on Facebook, you will find all the list, all the new rules, all the success stories that we post on Facebook.
Okay, Neet, questions again. Okay. Any updates about Tasmania?
Tasmania, as I said yesterday, one RN, they got invitation. We got to know one of our colleagues, their client RN got invitations. So it means they started sending out the invitations.
Irinka is asking, 482 visa need a skill assessment and age is 45.
Okay, age is 45 and under for 482 visa. Sorry guys, sorry, it's just Friday evening. For 482, there is no age limit, right?
Okay.
For 482, now coming to skills assessment, you are just bombarding me with all the questions.
Actually,
and sometime, yes. So for 482 skills assessment, what are the requirements? There are only few occupation where mandatory skills assessment is required.
Okay.
All other occupation, there is no skills assessment requirement. Okay. So you need to come and talk to us about your profile.
And no age limit.
No age limit on 485, but for 186, there is an age limit. For 482, there is no age limit.
Okay. Okay. Chef Victoria 491 visa, 65 points. Again, Victoria, the criteria is not out.
Yes, yes, yes.
Chef in South Australia, 70 points for
South
190.
Australia would be good this time. Yes, definitely in South Australia, if you're meeting the criteria of South Australia, living and working in nominated occupation, living in South Australia, you will definitely get invitation. This time it's gonna be better than last one.
ICT security, Western Australia, 80 points.
ICT
ICT
security
security
specialist.
specialist.
Competition is high in ICT security specialist. Need to improve points.
Shelly is asking 491 job requirement हैगी है या नहीं. So Shelly,
In
which occupation?
and in which state?
State,
I
yes.
think in Western Australia, if you're asking, no job requirement for 491 under Schedule 2.
What about motor mechanics in Western Australia?
190 job contract is needed. For 491, no job contract is needed under Schedule 2. Again, guys, I'm saying Schedule 2. Schedule 1 has a different criteria. So don't just, don't just try to confuse yourself with Schedule 1, Schedule 2, and graduate. They have 3 different criteria. If you're interstate or just going to move to Western Australia, that is where Schedule 2 comes into effect, and that is what I'm talking today in this webinar.
And we have already posted a video today on our
yes,
TikTok.
We have
yes. You can check that video. Can we apply 190 in Western Australia from NSW, registered nurse, less than one year experience?
In Western Australia?
Can they apply 190 Western Australia, but from NSW?
What occupation?
Registered nurse.
Registered nurse, yes, they can apply. Registered nurse can apply Western Australia from NSW. Only thing, as I said, priority will be given to Western Australian residents, but you will be taken as the interstate and overseas applicant. And I think it's time
it's
now.
Already,
yes, it's
3
already
minutes left.
Time. We are going to close this webinar for today, and we'll see you all in our next webinar, which is going to be on Friday next fortnight.
And you can send your questions. Maybe you can email us. Our email
on our WhatsApp. You can send us the questions.
You can find our WhatsApp number on bio. It's already mentioned,
it is
right?
there. Even on Facebook, TikTok bio, you can find our numbers. You can contact us. Go to our website for booking your consultations with registered migration agents. For anything else, you can shoot an email. If you have a general query, you can shoot an email.
Thank you so much. And we will see you everyone in our next live session.
We will see you in the next live session.
Thank you.
Thank you. Just need to go and end this stream.